The most dangerous person in the world right now is a young man who is broke, lonely, and completely undersexed. This is the kind of man we have been seeing manifest in our society for quite a while now. The second most dangerous man that you're going to see right now is the middle-aged man, between the ages of 20 and 40, who is married, but yet is struggling with his career, struggling with his family, struggling with his identities, dragging around a bunch of mental baggage in his head about making bad choices in career pursuits, bad choices in friends, bad choices in a spouse. These men that I see out there, this is just my perspective of it, what I've been seeing lately, of lots of very weak-minded men. And I want to do something about this. I want to be a part of maybe helping any man out there that might want to be able to do more with their life in some way. We see it every day. These young guys, they're completely lonely. They don't have any friends. They're completely broke. They have no perspective on where they want to go with their life. I've been talking to a lot of men, and they tell me the same things. They're saying, I don't feel like I fit in. Is that something that maybe even you might be feeling as well if you're a man? Is that in this world that we have right now, this modern era of what we have, maybe you feel like you don't fit in this world. I completely understand where you're coming from with that, but here's the thing. I want to help you in some way or another. And I'm going to make content, and I'm going to start going out and helping young men or middle-aged men. I'm going to help any man who wants any help with this whatsoever, because the way it's going right now, let's listen to this. This is just a story I heard the other day. Is a guy was in, I believe it was Walmart. I don't know where he was, but he had a little kid in his basket. Now this guy was overweight, out of shape, just kind of one of those dudes just dragging around. He reaches down onto a shelf at Walmart, down grabbing something off the lower shelf, and took his eyes off his kid. The kid was right behind him. And some guy tried to come along, some piece of shit came along and tried to steal his kid. Right there behind, right where his back was turned and bent down. The good news is the guy was able to get up and catch the guy and get the kid, and people helped or whatever. But here's my point. Even child abductors aren't afraid of men anymore. Do you see this? Do you see what's going on? Child abductors aren't even afraid of you if you're a man with a kid in town, at the store, wherever you're at. They're not afraid of men anymore. That is fundamentally a problem right there. That is an absolute problem that we as men need to get under control right now. So I've got a plan for a lot of guys. Whoever wants to be a part of this, wants to watch my content, watch what I have and what I'm putting out there, that I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you become an incredibly stronger man, an incredibly more dangerous man. Not dangerous like what I was just talking about. No, I'm going to make you mentally dangerous, make you a threat to the people around you, that when they see you, they're like, man, don't fuck with this guy. That's who I am every single day. I walk around and I exude that masculine energy out there into the world every day. And I see it all the time that other men are just not doing this. And I get it. I get it. This is a kinder, gentler, more democratic society that we're in now. And while that has good intentions, I'm not always convinced that it's absolutely good for you as a man. You think about the template that the world has put out there for men. It's a society that has been around a lot longer than you have, and they've been working on it for a long time and I don't know if it was by design or by accident, but men have been emasculated by this force that is out there, and it's making men incredibly weak, and you're getting taken advantage of for it all the time. And I want to do something about this. I want to help you with this, to go around talk to as many men as I can. I'm going to put out as many videos as I possibly can, because there's a mindset for men, and I know there's so many people that this is just going to be a lot of heartburn for a lot of people, and I'm going to tell you a lot of things that are going to be hard to hear, but you need to hear them. Is that you as a man, you have a lot of work to do to get back to where your instincts and your impulses have always been telling you to be. I live it every day. For whatever reason, I don't have that thing in your brain where you need to be liked, that you worry about what other people say. I don't have that. And if you ever meet my son, you'll see how a kid that was raised by a man was like that. I'm gonna have my son be on some of these videos with me at some point. You'll get to meet him. And I'm going to show you what 19 years, almost 20 years of raising a kid to be an absolute badass looks like. And basically the way I was raised as well. But I can't tell you that the way you were raised was wrong. I'm just telling you that what the society has done, this social influence has done to a lot of men, has made them repress and suppress a lot of what you were naturally born to think, say, and act. I mean, our society has this template for the way you are supposed to act, the way you're supposed to think, the things you're supposed to say as a man in a functioning society. I want to help you get back to a more instinctive and impulsive way of thinking and being able to control that. Now, I'm not trying to tell you to go out and be a criminal, be an animal, or anything like that. I'm telling you that it's time to revisit that instinctual side of yourself. And I'm going to help you get there. I'm going to help you get to that point. I do it so much. There's a lot of mental work that goes along with this. But you're going to see amazing results from this once you get to the point where you realize that you don't care what other people think, and you don't care what other people are saying about you. That doesn't even affect you anymore. It's a lifestyle that is incredibly freeing, and you're absolutely going to see a change in what you have right now. Now, here's my commitment to you as someone who, as a thought leader or something, whatever it is. I don't even know what the hell I'm going to be with any of this, but I want you to know what my commitment level to you is. You look around where I'm at right now. I'm down here in my shop. It's the only place I can find that is quiet enough, that there's not things going on in the house. This is the only place I can go. It's cold as shit down in here right now. I don't have any heat in here, and this is December, and like I said, I got my sweater on, and I'm going to be making these videos. Also, it's 3:30 in the morning right now. I'm going to wake up every fucking morning and get my workout in, set up my camera, and start talking to you. This is my commitment to you. And if I can do this, I'm not going to say you can do it, because a lot of men are not going to be able to do this. So let's just be honest. A lot of men just can't do this. But I'm going to tell you right now that this is my commitment to you. I'm going to be doing this every single day and pushing myself further. And I want you to see this with me. It's not a journey. I'm already there. I'm not filming my journey. What I'm doing is I'm here to help you. I already show you where I'm at and show you what you could become. Because believe me, right now, you think about what's going on. I just mentioned that those young, broke, lonely, and undersexed men that are out there right now that are incredibly dangerous. And our society is making millions of them every day. You want to know who's shooting up the schools? You want to know who's doing the shitty stuff out there on the street? These are young men who are lonely, broke, and completely undersexed. That is who you do. You're never going to see a guy that checks off all those boxes, that isn't lonely, has good friends, has a girlfriend, has a good career, and is making lots of money. He's not the guy that's out there creating crime and violence. All right, those people are never surprised, or never going to say, "Wow, he had such a great life." I'm surprised. That's not the case with people who have their shit together, especially men. What's happening right now is these men don't know anything about what they're doing, so they resort to fantasy in everything. fantasy sports, video games, porn, OnlyFans, all the shit that people revert themselves to as a pacifier for the stress and the pressures of life that's going on with them right now. They're stuck in this fantasy, and it's a habit. Now, you notice I said habit and not an addiction. Anybody's telling you that this shit, porn and video games, whatever, all that fantasy stuff is an addiction is full of shit. And I'm going to tell you this right now, because if you gave it up right now, you would not go through withdrawals. You would just say this sucks. And that would be basically it. You would not be going through what alcoholics and drug addicts go through, the TDs and the withdrawals that they go through. So you don't have a porn addiction. You don't have a video game addiction. You don't have a fantasy addiction. You have a habit. And I understand that that what's going on is it's available. That's the problem. It's so easily available to you. So it becomes a very easy habit to keep up with. I'm not going to tell you it's an addiction, and that's a complete bunch of shit. Because here's the thing, and let me tell you about guys my age. You know, I'm in my late 40s right now. I was raised in the 80s, and I was a teenager in the 90s. And if we wanted action, I mean, we had to have the real thing. It wasn't piped into our homes through the internet onto our phones. Dude, listen, I had my hands up more shirts and skirts than I ever had hands on porn. That porn was the coveted deal. If you to be able to get your hands on any kind of pornographic material, you had to have some friend with some piece of shit dad that had a big stack of penthouses someplace. That's the only way you got to see it. If we wanted any kind of action, we wanted to see naked women, we had to go out and actually find real girls, and we had to use our hands. That's the way it was for us. More shirts and more skirts than we ever had on porn. So what I'm telling you is that I already been where you're at today, but I understand why it's so easy for you today. I understand why you revert back into fantasy, because it's so easy to do. Men, listen, you have to get out of the fantasy habit. You have to start kicking this fantasy habit. And I have so much to help you with in getting out of that fantasy habit. Your fantasy football league, sitting there pretending you're an owner of an NFL franchise over a bunch of pretend guys. I don't even know how the shit works, because I don't do it. I have never had a fantasy football, fantasy anything. I don't do it. I do real shit. I play actual sports, intramural sports, going out and actually doing something to up my game, rather than sitting on the couch with a bunch of my loser buddies trying to pretend for a while. So here's the thing. I have a plan, and I want you to keep watching my videos, keep watching my content, because I have so much to show you about becoming an incredibly more vibrant and more dangerous and more powerful man that you can actually be. Now, I'm going to warn you, it's pretty unconventional. There's going to be a lot out there coming in these videos that you're probably going to be wondering why you're enjoying watching it so much. That's one of the things I really am trying to tap into with you men, is I want you to question why you're enjoying this so much. That means it's working. That means I'm getting to you. So keep up with me. Keep like and follow, subscribe, all the stuff, because I'm going to do this every day. This is my commitment to you right now. Every day I'll be down here in this cold ass shop. Maybe if it's too cold, I'll go back up to the house and wake up my kids with really loud videos. But I'm going to do a hell of a lot more of this, because I want to help. So many men are so weak, and the world is laughing at us about it.